I'm Kelly Anderson, and I'm a junior majoring in biomedical sciences. I originally wanted to be a biomedical science major since I ever thought about coming to college, just because I knew I wanted to go into medicine, and I want to eventually go to become a doctor. My dad's a physician, and I really look up to him and know that that's something that I've wanted to do my whole life, and so I knew that this was my path, and that I was going to be in there for the long run, and I'm going to be in school for a while, but I know that biomedical science is what's going to prepare me the best for medical school. But a typical day, I mean, you go into class at least 2 or 3 science classes a semester, which means you have labs, which are kind of tedious because they can be 3 hours long. The first time I had a lab, it was a 3-hour block, and I didn't know what to do with myself, but now I'm in labs that are like 4 hours long, and they go by really fast. So it's just something you get used to, but they're really not that bad because you're like constantly doing something. And the classes are really interesting, especially now that I'm getting up into the upper courses. I've really enjoyed them, and right now I'm in biochemistry and love it because you learn a lot about metabolism and how they work, and everything that we learned when we were like freshmen and sophomore, you're actually getting to put into use, and you see where all of this information that you thought would be like completely useless actually comes together. So that's really great about it. But it has changed since being a freshman. A freshman, you really had to buckle down and get your core classes out of the way, but then once you get up into your I guess more advanced classes, then it's just way more interesting and a little bit easier to study for because it's stuff you actually want to study. So that's a little bit about day in the life, a lot of studying. With my major, I'm planning on going to medical school eventually. I'm applying for medical school over this next year and doing interviews, and then eventually doing interviews with medical schools. So I think I'm going to take a year off in between just to kind of refresh, but the goal is med school, so not sure exactly what specialty, but I know that I'll have a lot of time once I get into medical school to see which really fits best. My advice for anyone that wants to go into biomedical sciences or wants to go to med school is to start out working really hard and create good work ethic, and really start studying hard when you're a freshman, because you really develop your studying skills when you are a freshman, and they will last you through your whole college career. And it's just something that you'll get used to, is like studying more and more and learning how to study the different classes and knowing your teachers and which teachers teach certain ways and how you study for different classes, and that really makes a big difference. And really getting help with friends and finding study buddies and people, even if you don't study like vocally or with each other, just being in the same room keeps you from going insane when you have to study so much. And so it's been really great because I've been able to form friendships from those people that are in my classes and have gotten really close to them because you spend so much time with them. So I would encourage you to study a lot and make sure that you get a plan and get a planner, because that's the thing that saved me the most, is just scheduling out when to study for what and how to fit everything in, and fit in like fun time and making sure that you take breaks and whatnot, but also making sure that you do it with your friends too and you aren't just by yourself full time, because that'd be me. Auburn's professors have been really great in preparing me because they all challenge me and they all challenge all of us to do the best that we can. And in class it's great because they make references to what you're going to need for the future. If you're going to professional school, if you're going to be a pharmacist, if you're going to be a physician, if you're going to be whatever, they make those links in the class, and so it makes it more applicable and more interesting. So you kind of are able to take more away from it than just this basic concept that they're trying to explain. You're able to look to see how you're going to apply it in the future, which has been really interesting as well.